This is my favorite time of year.
Yes, mine too.
I do not ever want to miss this tradition. Making the Sicilian Christmas cookies.
Yes.
Cuccidates, I pronounce it cuccidates.
A Sicilian word is cuccidati. I dolci alla di fico.
Okay, I like cuccidate better.
Cuccidati is better. What's a Sicilian thing?
You have to say the Sicilian word.
I don't think there is a universal name.
How long have we been making these cookies?
I guess I started here when we came to America to help my mother.
But how long has our family been making
Oh,
these
forever.
cookies?
Forever.
Can you help me with this apron?
Yes.
I don't have an apron on. What is cuccidate? What are fig cookies? Obviously there's fig inside, but what's
This was a Christmas, more of a holiday kind of cookie. The way my mother explained to me, my grandmother, my father, it was basically the big cookie for the whole year. And they will make it for Christmas, and also they will make it for Easter.
It's the holiday cookie.
It was a holiday cookie. Yeah. So basically what they do, they have figs trees, they will pick the fig and they will dry them. So they have dry figs.
Fresh dry figs.
Well, dry figs, they were not fresh, they were dry.
Right. Yeah.
So once they had that, and around Christmas, they will make the filling with the figs. And then it became more of some kind of cookie for everyone. Everybody was doing that. From generation to generation to generation, from house to house.
They would be making
from town to town. They will make this. And if you will be you will go to a different town, there will be a variation of that filling or the cookie. There will be always something different.
Yeah.
But it will be the same concept.
Yeah.
Like the filling would have something different in it.
Yeah.
They will still have figs, but it will be different kind of things. Like in the old days, they didn't have chocolate, so nobody put chocolate.
Yeah.
They will
what did they put?
Well, they will put orange zest. They will put maybe cinnamon. They will put raisins. Anything that they had available, basically. That's how it came about, these cookies.
As always.
Whatever they had available, they developed the recipe. My mother used to put the orange zest. They will put they will flavor with coffee. They will make the espresso coffee, sugar really sweet, and they will mix it with the figs. My mother would tell me because...
So whatever was available. And obviously when they came to America...
They will use their imagination. They will use their imagination.
Yeah.
So when we came to America, my mother revolutionized?
Your mother revolutionized?
The whole filling.
Your mother?
Yes.
That's a big statement.
Yes.
To all the Sicilians?
Yes, she did.
You're going to say that
for
for our family.
For our family, yes.
Oh, for our family. Everyone followed suit.
Yeah.
We have the recipe in front of us.
This
is surprisingly a recipe that's written down in detail. Did Nonna write this down for you? That we typed up here?
Yeah, she had it, actually, believe it or not, she had it, a piece of paper that was written. I have it here. I saved some.
This
that's all really breaking down.
This is what's become.
That I try to, whatever I found, I will write it down and put it there.
Yeah. We do have our recipes starting to be written down now. We got it. We got something going here.
And this is our family recipe. Our family.
Yes.
This is me, about 5 years old. Look, making a funny face. My cousin, that always hang out with her, my whole life. She's about 2 years older than me. She was about 7. My mom, her younger sister.
The other sister.
And these are also younger than her.
And your grandmother.
And my grandmother right here on the top. And also these are 4 sisters. There's 3 missing over there.
And so they're making Christmas cookies, the cookies we're talking about. And they would make this wood table specifically.
It was
it was just a piece of wood that they would hold on.
It was a piece of wood that they would hold on their lap.
And roll the dough and design.
Roll the dough
How did they do that all at once? Do you remember seeing that?
I remember seeing it, but I don't know how they did it.
1962 it was printed, so this was probably 1961.
Yes.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna start with making the filling.
Yes.
That's what we're starting with. So, but you recommend that you make this filling a day before.
Yes.
And
the
it
day
sits in the
before,
fridge overnight and it gets nice and soft, right?
No, it gets
nice and firm.
Firm. It gets firm. To make everything in one day, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Especially if you're making 5 pounds of cookies. So it's better off if you make the filling the day before.
How many are we making today?
Well, today we're just gonna make 2.5 pounds of flour. But usually the recipe is 5 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, now what's the first step right now?
We're gonna blanch the 8 ounce of almonds because we're gonna
What does
make.
it mean to blanch?
Blanch means that you're gonna bring the water to a boil a little bit for a minute or two.
Make it nice and
so
soft.
it loosens up the skin and you'll be able to take it off. Okay. So I'm gonna put it on.
Ooh.
Okay, and I'm going to bring it to a boil.
Now she's gonna cut these figs in half, right?
In pieces.
In pieces. So, in pieces. I don't know what that means actually.
Okay, lift it. Okay, hold on, move up a little bit. We'll do it together so we'll finish faster.
It's not
So,
necessary.
yeah, so I'm gonna cut this little piece over here that's hard. You see that?
So, every year
Yeah.
I do these with you essentially, but I
Yeah.
feel like this stuff
Yeah.
I let you handle on your own, right?
Right.
And I really jump in, to knead the dough a little bit and then to do the cookies and design them.
Right.
But this year,
Yeah.
I want to learn every step.
Okay, so then cut these in pieces.
And I want to do every step with you.
Okay.
Because I don't want to I want to know how to do it so I could keep
Of
doing
course. Because when I get too old, you're gonna have to do it for me.
it. Yeah. And then you jump in
Then I'll jump in.
to design a little bit.
Years ago, we used to make our fig marmalade. My mother the sisters had fig trees, and we used to have a lot of figs, and we used to make the marmalade, so it was easier to do the filling because then you had the marmalade already made.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, now we have to let it cool off a little bit, and I'll take the skin off.
So you're going to put water now in there?
1.5 cups of water. Some people may add sugar, but I don't add sugar. I don't like to make it too sweet. We're going to soften the figs. While we wait for this water to warm up,
Oh, yeah.
we'll do this.
I forgot about this step. So now we're going to take the shell off of these almonds.
Just
Yeah.
squeeze it and it comes out.
Squeeze into the hand, comes out. Why can't you buy almonds that are already peeled?
You can,
Okay.
of course you can.
It's just more expensive.
They're just more expensive.
Yeah.
And if you can do this, there's no need to spend extra money for that. But if you want to, of course you can. Ooh, one.
You lost
Just
one.
we lost one.
So now these go in the oven?
In the oven. Now the water is boiling. Right, the water starts to boil.
Okay.
We're going to be on top of it now until all the water gets absorbed by the figs and makes the figs softer.
Do you have to continuously mix it?
Well, not all the time, but make sure they don't stick at the bottom.
Now, why can't you just
yeah.
buy some fig jam and plop it in there? What's the importance of all of this?
This one here, because when we used to make the fig jam,
Yeah.
it tastes a lot better because it was homemade.
Yeah.
So it had the fig flavor.
Exactly.
When you buy something at the store, you don't have the 100% fig flavor.
Exactly.
So this one here will give you that. Will
Yeah.
give you that really actual fig flavor. And I will add some jam.
Right.
I will add some jam that I buy at the store.
All that.
But I want that flavor to be there
Yeah.
of the figs. You tired already? We haven't even started yet.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, when you make the filling, you can keep it in the refrigerator for a couple of days,
Okay.
a few days,
Yeah.
because it's not gonna go bad.
Yeah.
As long as you put it in an airtight container.
Yeah.
You could keep it for a few days, a week, if you don't want to make it right away, or if you have leftover. Let's say you have a lot of leftover of the filling.
It stays.
It stays. You know, you keep it. You take it out of the fridge a little bit, like an hour earlier, so it will, you know, gets a little bit softer, and you can fill your next batch of cookies. Okay, now see, do you see that? Do you see any water in there at the
No,
bottom?
I don't see any water.
Then it's done.
Okay.
You see that? It's all dry.
So we can shut it off?
You can shut it off, yes. Okay, now put,
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Put that in here?
yeah. Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
So, like this.
Yeah.
Nice, all kind of blended together.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on in the kitchen. What are you doing now?
I'm just like, see if they're dry and toast it. So they're already dry and toasted. So we're gonna leave it up to cool off.
Nice.
Over 100 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't have these machines, right?
Of course. Yeah. How do they mix the? How do they?
So they will cut really, really, really small. These, and they would chop it really with the knife, really, really, really small.
Really?
Where, yes, so you would have little pieces.
So it was more, the fig was more dry and
more like the piece of the fig, you actually would bite into the piece of a fig, because they didn't have electrical stuff. Then later on, they had, you know, like the meat grinder?
Yeah, meat grinder.
Yeah, they will use that
They put the figs in there?
to put the fig, and they will,
Interesting.
yes, that's how they did it. Yep.
Wow.
So, yes. The evolution of the figs.
So the jam part of this cookie really came later.
Later, yes.
Whereas more soft, more jam.
Right.
More sweeter.
Yeah, yeah.
Before it used to be more like you would taste the
You would-
pieces of almonds, you would taste the piece of...
Before, it was not as sweet as it is today. These are 8 ounce, that's what we need. 8 ounce walnuts. So, like, we're gonna have a consistent with the little pieces. We're not gonna puree everything.
So the walnut's gonna get little pieces.
Little pieces, like you will pulse it. So we
Yeah.
have little pieces, not puree.
Yeah.
No,
Ooh.
like that.
Oh.
Okay, now look at that to see how it looks.
Not too much. How's that?
Some extra pieces that are big, so we'll, okay,
Good?
yeah.
Okay, so in pieces. You need pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it in here?
Little tiny pieces, yeah, put it in there. If you see like a big piece, put it in here, we'll do,
No, it's good.
it's good.
This is orange.
Orange marmalade,
Okay.
and then we're gonna put fig marmalade.
1 and 1.
That would help us to make this a lot more moist, more like, not too like dense.
Yes.
And also the orange has the peel, which is very good when you have that peel in the inside in the filling.
Yeah.
Remember in the old days they used to do
Oh,
orange
so you need
zest.
the orange marmalade with the little peel.
Yes,
because you
because
want that
you
peel.
want the orange zest.
They have the orange zest in it. Nice. Sometimes you put the little orange zest too.
Yeah, sometimes I do. You can put any other marmalade that you like, basically.
Yeah, 1 year we put pear, didn't we?
1 year we put pear,
That was good.
and it was really good. The pear marmalade.
So
we put.
essentially, you want an orangey flavor, and you want more fig jam, And then
But-
you could experiment with different
But you can
stuff.
experiment with different kind of.
But do you always put orange or you?
I always put orange because that's when my mother did it, and that we like the orange flavor. But
Yeah.
if you don't like the orange flavor, you could put pear marmalade, or you could put apple marmalade.
Your
because
aunt-
remember my aunt Tiana? She makes it with
yeah.
the apple.
Yes.
And it comes really good.
I love that.
So it's whatever you like. Now we're gonna mix this and see if we like the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we can always add another orange marmalade. Yeah. And then we're gonna put
the fig.
the fig marmalade.
Fig marmalade.
That's where the extra sugar comes from the marmalade. So now the actual figs, they have the original sugar that comes with the figs, which
Yeah.
is a natural sugar. But the marmalades have the actual the white sugar. So that's where all the sugar comes from. Okay, let me see.
Beautiful.
Now, because we're making only 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds of dough,
Yeah.
we don't need to make a lot of filling. Once it starts to cool down, from the figs that start to cool down, it will get a little bit denser. Let's try to see. This is also 8 ounces of almonds, because we're cutting the recipe in half. Otherwise, we will put 1 pound of almonds, 1 pound of walnuts. We probably put 2 to 3 jars of figs, like 2 jars of marmalade, orange. We would increase everything. Almonds they're a little bit harder to crack. Walnuts they're softer. What we're doing, the cha-cha? Now we need the chocolate.
It's chocolate time.
So now, my mother used to get like a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
And she used to cut it with a knife in little pieces. I don't want to do that. I buy the little tiny
Chocolate chip.
chocolate chips, the little ones, and I just put it in. So I just eye by eye, like I see if it's too much or not, Like
So they
I don't measure-
definitely, in Sicily, they definitely did not put chocolate.
Not in those days.
When did they start putting chocolate? Now?
I
like,
don't know. I have
like
no idea.
in America, like probably as time.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't, in Sicily, basically, in
Well,
my
then what was the first
hometown,
time you remember eating it with chocolate? Do you remember?
in America.
In
yeah, when I
America,
was-
yeah.
Yeah, in America, yeah.
Because they had it.
Because
They were
they-
like, oh, this is going to make it sweeter.
Yeah.
So it developed from this kind of more, how do you describe the texture? More chunkier kind of inside, drier inside, to a nice, like, sweet jam.
Yeah.
That was also had the consistency, but sweeter, more, I
Right.
think more pleasant to eat probably.
So, all right, that's
Okay.
enough. Okay, that's enough now. I don't want to put the whole thing.
Okay, so now we're going to put it in the fridge, right?
Yes,
It's
we're gonna put it in the
set.
fridge. We're gonna let it sit a little bit while we do the dough and everything. Cool off all the ingredients.
So you're going to want to put it in the fridge, plastic wrap, right?
Plastic wrap, aluminum foil, something
Something to cover it.
to cover. Okay.
Cool. In the fridge. All right, so we're gonna make the dough.
Okay, so we're gonna make the dough now. We need 6 ounces of milk. We have to warm it up a little bit.
Okay.
We have to melt the sugar with the low. All right, now we have 300 grams
Of sugar.
of sugar. So we have to melt the sugar in the milk. But we cannot boil the milk. The milk has to be really a little bit warm, but not
Boiled.
boiling. Sugar is melting. We have the Crisco, 300 grams of Crisco, and we're going to put it into the flour, and you have to work the Crisco into the flour with your hands.
So kind of squeezing the dough, the flour, squeezing the flour and the Crisco together.
It's all the Crisco like broke apart. It's like, it's all gone.
Oh, I still feel the Crisco.
But not big chunks.
Yeah, not big chunks of it.
No, okay, that's fine then. Make a room in the middle. More.
Oh,
Right.
bigger.
Bigger. Like that. Now we're gonna put 6 teaspoons of baking powder. And 2 of these
Pane d'Angelo.
yeast with vanilla
Yeah,
vanilla.
it's an Italian brand.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Now here we have 5 eggs.
Okay.
And we'll
Beat it up.
beat it up.
Milk and sugar with the egg.
Now you put it in there in the middle.
In the middle. The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole.
The whole thing.
So you gotta go like this.
Start incorporating in the middle, and you go like this in the middle.
Yeah.
And
Oh
start.
yeah. Yes.
Start
Yes.
to-
Yes. Yes.
Incorporate everything.
Now this is really making me remember how Nonna used to do it.
Well, we have done it too since then.
Okay, but I'm remembering how Nonna used to do it. No, but every time I do it, I think about it.
Any kind of dough that you make, if it's bread, pizza, cookies, at the beginning it looks like this until it starts to change the shape.
That's how you get rid of dough. And so how do you
You keep
properly knead dough?
you keep kneading it so the flour, everything will come like together.
Nice. Use your whole strength.
All the strength that you have.
Put it right into the dough.
Yes.
How was the dough different than now? This kind of dough different than how it used to be?
This kind of dough is more crumbly kind of dough.
Yeah.
It's more like a cookie kind of thing.
Yes.
Then years ago, it was a dough that you could work and do a lot of designs because it was more of
A bread?
close to a bread consistency.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd that change, you think?
Because I think people didn't like it anymore because now you have a lot more things to work with, a lot more
Ingredients.
ingredients to work
They
with.
wanted more
coulda-
of a cookie.
you could have changed more into a more of a cookie, yes.
They wanted more of a cookie.
More of a dessert kind of thing for
Versus
the
like a
holiday
bread.
instead of like
Having to eat that
yeah,
a denser kind of bread, you know?
right.
So now we're gonna design the cookies.
Yes.
We're gonna make them into cookies.
The best that we can.
Yeah. We're not like
Like
the women
my-
that came before us.
My youngest aunt, which she was the youngest one,
Yeah.
she really knew how to do designs.
different
And one also, another one that was after my mother. So it was one of the oldest, one of the youngest. They were very talented, and they knew how to make like a star. They used to make a rooster with the feathers, and
Crazy.
they used to make anything.
But the dough again was different. So
The
you were
dough
able
was
to
different. They
stretch
were
it and
able
move
to
it.
work with it.
This dough is too crumbly.
This
to
one
do.
here will break if you handle it too much.
So we gotta do simple things.
Simple things, yeah.
So we'll do some designs that
Yeah, that we usually do every year. Yeah.
And of course, every year I use, this is my nonna's rolling pin.
Yeah, it's like a
So-
homemade.
Homemade. She made this out of like, it's like
Wood.
just a piece of wood.
I think my father made it. I think my father
So
bought
it's been
this
around
wood.
a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
So now we get a piece of the dough each.
Okay.
Okay, and we work on it
Is that a good-
little bit. We have to work. Always work on with
Oh
the
yeah,
dough.
yeah. Work on the dough.
If it's too big, you cut it in half. If you cannot work with this too big. Okay. So now use this and you spread it. Then you get a teaspoon.
So you put the fig in the middle.
Put the fig in the middle.
Still working my dough here.
Try to fill it real good. That's why you needed the wet paper towel, so you can clean your fingers before you handle the, and then you
sticky.
roll it and you cut the extra. You don't need all this dough here.
Yeah.
So you cut the extra off. You
Seal
close
it.
it. You cut this part here like this. Try not to get the filling because you don't want the filling to go into the dough. And then this came up a little bit big, but
They always come out big, the first one.
the first ones always come up really big, and then we'll make them smaller. Don't worry about it if you see anything like this.
Yeah.
These are so I'm gonna make them these very simple because usually we do that. What we do is we'll flatten a little bit and we just open it like this. And we do this. It opens up the top.
Let me show you what I do.
The first ones that we always make them big. I don't know what it is every year. And then we
You have to get used to it again. Okay. Cut it. Extra. We'll use it again. We'll seal it. The edges off. Take the little razor. Mine's big. So I cut in half.
yeah, cut them in half.
The first one. We do some.
We always do that. We always do at the beginning. We
Cut
always
in
do.
half.
Okay, now
Nice little. And then I'll make a little slit here.
where's
A
my
little slit here. Just keep it simple. 2 little slits. This one, do it on the side. Right, like a little tail.
and this is one of the original.
Oh yeah, this
Design.
is a special one.
That
This
they used
is
to
my.
make.
Nonna used to do like this a lot.
Yeah, my mother used to do that.
Okay. Show how you're gonna do that one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Show how you do it.
The seam on the bottom, see,
Okay.
it will open, but that's
put it-
the dough.
Yeah.
You roll it, done. You make it a little bit flat.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it opened up here, really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the dough.
You want the figs to come out. Then you take the blade and you go very fast. 2,
3.
3, 4, cut a little bit.
And create like a
1, 2,
3.
3, 4, and cut. And this goes like this.
Boom.
And this was one of the original way to do it.
Yeah.
I will be around my mothers and my aunts and my grandmother And I remember them making these cookies, and they were all busy because it was a big thing. It was a big deal for them. They would give us a little bit of dough to play with because we were little and we wanted to touch what they were doing. So they would give us this little piece of dough, and that was it. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't come back here no more for any more dough. That's it.
Yeah.
This is what you're gonna play with.
Yeah.
And we used to play with my cousins. We used to play like that with that little dough. So I remember that. Yes.
They keep the design really simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. There's no need to make them.
Nice. This is, as you can tell, it is getting darker out. We've been here for a long time.
We've been here a long day.
Cookies coming out of the oven, more cookies to be made. It's a constant cycle of making, baking, making, baking.
Yes.
It's like 2 pounds of cookies. Sometimes we do 5, sometimes we do 10, sometimes we do 15. It's kind of one of those, you know, you spend the whole day doing it.
This is a whole day process. It's
Yes.
actually 2 days if you make this ahead of time.
Yes. Which is why we make it a family affair, and usually we have family over
Yeah.
and we do a whole thing.
Yeah.
And we'll be making more this year.
Oh yeah.
This is not enough.
This is not enough.
to give out
We're
to
gonna be
everyone.
making a lot more.
Yes. We're gonna do the icing on top, right, Mom?
Yeah. Hold on. This is 2 pounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna measure 1 cup of milk, but probably we're not gonna use 1 cup. We'll
Okay.
see how much we'll.
So the icing is all about the consistency, right?
Yeah.
all
How
about-
thick you want the sugar
How
to
thick
be?
you want the sugar? You put a little more powdered sugar if you want it thicker. If you want
Yeah.
it thinner, more milk.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
how much sugar?
The whole thing. We have to do whatever we have left over.
Oh, the whole thing. Here we go. I'm already eating a piece.
I know. I ate a little piece too.
You want me to do it?
You okay?
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Do it.
So just this is, I have to work with this. But do you see how hard it is?
I know. It's hard.
Oh, I laughed. How do you do this? The confidence level really dropped. Everything in this recipe is a manual labor.
Yes. The sugar has to melt. Once they start to melt,
That'll be good.
it's gonna liquefy. Okay. See?
Oh, you want it nice and like...
Well, usually it's about half a cup for 2 pounds. So this is like
That's nice. Look
just
at that.
to need a little tiny bit to be half a cup. We dip it like this, just at the top,
And let it drizzle, drizzle, drizzle.
the extra.
And then you're gonna put the sprinkle right away before before the icing gets hard. Okay, Mom, let's finally, time to eat one. Now it's Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Want to take a bite of that? Christmas is here.
Yes.
Holiday season is here. It's the best. I'll probably eat,
Make
like,
them, they're so good.
if you have a day, 3 days in your life, then you should make these. It's a beautiful tradition. I'm so happy we do it.
It's a lot of work, but hey, it's worth it.
It's worth it, and it's not just for us. It's not that it's just delicious, but we're taking a piece of the people that have done it before us with us, and we're passing it on, and that's what tradition is all about. It's more
Right.
than just a cookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.